Imagine a place with no traffic lights, a place where happiness is a national priority and nature is so precious it's protected by law. Welcome to Bhutan, a hidden kingdom in the Himalayas where life flows at its own pace and ancient wisdom guides the way. In this little magical country, the extraordinary is part of everyday life. Ready to explore a land where happiness isn't just a choice, but a way of life? Number 1. A traffic light-free paradise? Can you imagine? A capital city with no traffic lights at all? Welcome to Thimphu, the peaceful heart of Bhutan, where intersections flow smoothly under the gentle guidance of Bhutanese traffic officers. Here, officers don't just direct traffic, they turn it into an art form, like a quiet ballet on the streets. Ever wondered why? Bhutan may be the only place on Earth where an entire capital city flows without traffic lights. For the Bhutanese, it's about respect, patience, and trust. No red lights, no blaring horns, just mindfulness. And the best part? It works beautifully. There are almost no accidents, no need to rush. People simply move along, reaching their destinations naturally. It's about simplicity and staying connected. No extra tech, no racing at intersections. This isn't just a quirk, it's a way of life, valuing patience, mindfulness, and a little breathing room. As we leave Bhutan's peaceful, traffic light-free streets behind, let's explore an idea that Bhutan values even more than wealth, a philosophy centered on true happiness and well-being. Number 2, a nation built on happiness, not wealth. In Bhutan, success isn't about wealth, it's about happiness. That's right, Bhutan was the first country in the world to create the concept of gross national happiness, or GNH. Here, happiness, culture, environmental protection, and sustainable development are at the core of national progress. While most of the world measures success with GDP and economic growth, Bhutan took a different path. They believe true wealth is found in people's well-being, not just in money. And they mean it. Healthcare and education are entirely free for all Bhutanese, from doctor visits to schooling at every level. The government covers it all to ensure everyone has access to basic needs and knowledge. Imagine a place where a doctor's visit doesn't come with a big bill, and an education doesn't mean years of debt. Bhutan's commitment to free healthcare and education perfectly aligns with their GNH philosophy, nurturing both physical and intellectual well-being. For Bhutan, gross national happiness isn't just a slogan, it's a lifestyle. It's about ensuring every Bhutanese has the right to a healthy, educated, and fulfilling life with policies that put people above profit. In a world rushing toward economic growth, Bhutan reminds us that happiness might just be the most valuable currency of all. In Bhutan, happiness isn't just a goal, it's woven into every part of life, even the justice system. So let's step into a system that doesn't just enforce rules but fosters understanding, inspired by Buddhist teachings. Number 3, a legal system rooted in Buddhism. In Bhutan, the legal system isn't just about enforcing laws, it's about building a compassionate society. Guided by Buddhist principles like kindness and compassion, their justice system focuses more on rehabilitation than on harsh penalties, giving people a second chance to learn and grow. Unlike the strict, punitive systems elsewhere, Bhutan's laws reflect Buddhist values. Here, the goal is to guide, not just punish. It's a system that encourages moral growth, with punishments often tailored to the individual. For minor offenses, it's about education and correction, not condemnation. The idea is simple. Punishment should lead to growth, not bitterness. Instead of long prison sentences, many sentences involve community service or restorative practices to help offenders reintegrate. In Bhutan, they believe everyone makes mistakes, and that a second chance can be more powerful than any fine or confinement. But that doesn't mean Bhutan is lenient on serious crimes. For acts that threaten community well-being, punishments are fair yet firm, grounded in Buddhist wisdom and a commitment to peace. Bhutanese law views each person as part of a larger whole, creating a culture of respect and accountability. Number 4, a nation without homelessness. Imagine a place where no one is left out in the cold, a country where no one has to struggle to find a home. In Bhutan, homelessness is almost unheard of, and that's no accident. It's thanks to a strong mix of government support and a deep-rooted community spirit. The Bhutanese government plays a big role in keeping housing stable. Guided by the unique gross national happiness (GNH) philosophy, Bhutan values well-being and social stability above pure economic gain. They have welfare policies that help citizens meet basic needs, including housing. But Bhutan's programs aren't as large-scale as those in some other countries, so while there's government support, it doesn't cover every need. This is where Bhutan's amazing community support comes in. Strong family bonds and close-knit community networks create a second layer of support. If a family struggles or loses their home, neighbors often step in, offering a temporary place, sharing food, or even helping build a simple shelter. Here, community isn't just an idea. It's a real safety net that fills in where the government can't. But like any country, Bhutan has its challenges. Rapid urban growth and rising populations put pressure on housing, and poverty is a reality for some. As Bhutan's cities grow, the government and communities are working harder than ever to meet housing demands. In Bhutan, the government and community work together to make sure everyone has a home. This blend of formal support and true community bonds helps keep homelessness low, a testament to a society that values dignity and well-being. In a place that values well-being so highly, Bhutan carefully considers its relationship with the modern world. For years, this nation chose to protect its traditions over opening its doors to outside media. Number 5, cautious with television and internet. Imagine a country with no television or internet until 1999. That was Bhutan, intentionally screen-free. Why? To preserve their culture and hold on to their values. When Bhutan finally connected to the digital world, they did it slowly, carefully. Leaders wanted to make sure modern media wouldn't disturb the peaceful balance here. So yes, they allowed TV and internet, but with limits. Content is closely monitored to prevent outside influences from disrupting Bhutan's social harmony. In the West, this might look like a restriction, but in Bhutan, it's seen as a way to protect the well-being and cultural identity of its people. For Bhutan, this balance allows them to join the digital age without losing what makes their society unique. Number 6, the wise transition to democracy. While many monarchies hold tight to power, Bhutan's royal family chose a different path. In an extraordinary act of foresight, King Jigme Singye Wangchuck made a historic choice to step back from absolute power, gradually transforming Bhutan into a constitutional monarchy. Why? To secure a democratic future for Bhutan while keeping its cultural values and stability. King Jigme understood that democracy could give Bhutan lasting stability. He believed that a system led by elected leaders would better meet the needs of a modern world. By willingly giving up power, he not only built a sustainable political system, but set an example of true, selfless leadership. Instead of holding on to the throne, the king guided his people into democracy. In 2008, he officially abdicated, passing the crown to his son, King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck, who fully embraced his father's vision. Under this new system, Bhutan would have a prime minister chosen by the people, while the royal family continued as a respected symbol of unity and tradition. This transition was smooth and wise, securing both democratic rights for the Bhutanese people and preserving the cultural legacy of the monarchy. Today, the people of Bhutan deeply respect their royal family, not for political power, but for the stability and moral guidance they bring. In a world where power can often corrupt, Bhutan's monarchy chose a different way, showing that real strength sometimes lies in letting go. By leading Bhutan into democracy, the royal family secured a lasting legacy of freedom, tradition, and respect, a path that guides Bhutan's unique journey today. Number 7, limited tourism to protect culture and environment. While most countries roll out the red carpet for tourists, Bhutan takes a different path. Here, tourism isn't about numbers, it's about quality. Bhutan's high-value, low-impact policy puts culture and nature first. If you're dreaming of a budget-friendly trip to Bhutan, think again. Visiting here comes with a price tag that's a bit like an exclusive membership fee. But there's a reason. That daily $250 covers your stay, meals, and a local guide who's your gateway to Bhutanese culture. Bhutan's motto? Keep it cozy, keep it respectful. This high-cost, low-volume approach means visitors come for the right reasons, not just to grab photos or check it off a list. This policy might seem strict, but it has a clear purpose. With these standards, Bhutan protects its environment from overuse and keeps its cultural sites well preserved. This approach avoids the kind of overcrowding that has turned many destinations into tourist hotspots, allowing Bhutan to keep its authenticity. In a world where tourism often sacrifices natural beauty and cultural integrity, Bhutan has found a balance. Limited access means fewer footprints, giving visitors a true connection with Bhutan, while the funds directly support conservation and community projects. In Bhutan, tourism isn't about profit at any cost. It's about honoring the land and culture that make Bhutan unique, ensuring future generations experience the same natural beauty and traditions as today. For Bhutan, preserving the spirit of the land is far more valuable than chasing profit. Number 8, a green haven with strict anti-tobacco policies. Bhutan isn't just a country, it's a green sanctuary. With over 70% of its land covered in forests, Bhutan proudly ranks as one of the greenest nations on Earth. And this isn't by accident, it's written right into the country's laws. In Bhutan, protecting the environment isn't just about today. Their constitution actually requires that at least 60% of the land stays forested, forever. It's a promise to future generations. And because of it, Bhutan stands out as one of the world's few carbon-negative countries. Yes, you heard that right? Bhutan absorbs more carbon than it produces, making it a rare green oasis in our carbon-heavy world. But Bhutan's commitment to a clean environment doesn't stop with forests. To keep the air pure, Bhutan became the first country to completely ban the sale and cultivation of tobacco products. You won't find tobacco shops or cigarettes here. Public smoking is allowed only in designated areas, and if visitors want to bring tobacco, they face strict import limits and high taxes. The result? Smoking is rare, and Bhutan's clean mountain air stays exactly that, clean. It's a breath of fresh air in every sense. In a world that often overlooks long-term impacts on the environment, Bhutan's policies are truly refreshing. Literally, their commitment to forest conservation and banning tobacco isn't just a rule, it's a way of life, ensuring Bhutan's natural beauty and clean air are preserved for generations. Number 9, no ban on polygamy, but a modern monogamous shift. In Bhutan, there's no law against polygamy or polyandry. Technically, people can have multiple spouses. And if we look at the royal family, it's more than just an idea. The former king was married to 4 queens, all sisters. It was a marriage rooted in both tradition and loyalty. But times are changing in Bhutan. The current king, Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk, represents this shift. His marriage to Queen Jetsun Pema is often seen as a fairy tale, Bhutan's own Cinderella story. They first met when Jetsun was just 7 years old. At a royal gathering, she sweetly told the prince, "I want to walk with you. I want to marry you." Impressed by her boldness, he smiled and said, "When you grow up, if we're both single and in love, I'll marry you." Just a simple reply, but one that later came true. More than a decade later, they met again. Jetsun had grown into a beautiful, wise young woman, and their bond blossomed. At just 21, she accepted the king's proposal, becoming Bhutan's youngest queen in a private but historic wedding. By choosing monogamy, the king embraced both tradition and progress, a big step away from old customs. While polygamy is still technically legal in Bhutan, most people today prefer monogamous marriages, reflecting modern views and Buddhist values. Though a few rural communities may still practice polygamy or polyandry for cultural or economic reasons, it's rare and unregistered. Overall, Bhutanese society values the simplicity and closeness of one-to-one partnerships. Number 10, preserving culture in every detail. Step into Bhutan, and you'll see something rare. A country that's protected its culture to every building and every outfit. Modern architecture and flashy designs aren't allowed to take over. Here, every structure, even in the capital Thimphu, is built in the traditional Bhutanese style, no exceptions. In Bhutan, it's not just about the buildings, it's about the people too. Bhutanese are encouraged, sometimes even required, to wear traditional clothing in public and at official events. For men, there's the go, a knee-length robe with a belt. For women, it's the kira, a beautifully woven garment draped around the body. This dress code isn't just for special occasions. It's part of daily life, especially in schools, government offices, and public gatherings. And it goes beyond clothing. Bhutan celebrates its heritage through colorful festivals like Chechu, where traditional mass dances bring Buddhist legends to life. These grand festivals happen in every district, drawing people together to honor their faith and history. In Bhutan, culture isn't just something preserved in museums. It's alive in every street, every outfit, every festival. Walking through these cities feels like stepping into a living, breathing piece of history. There it is, a small kingdom, hidden in the Himalayas, that dares to live differently. In Bhutan, life flows at its own pace, guided by values that remind us of a simpler way to live. No traffic lights, a legal system rooted in compassion, and a government that measures success by happiness, not wealth. It's a place where nature and culture are cherished, where people care for one another, and where true wealth is found in peace. In a world that's always racing forward, maybe Bhutan offers us a gentle reminder. Could it be that in our rush for progress, we've forgotten to pause, to breathe, to find joy in the present? Maybe Bhutan is telling us that happiness doesn't have to come from more, but sometimes from less, from slowing down, from living with purpose and harmony, and from finding joy in what truly matters.